Yeah, I think it's 9:01 in US. We should get started. So a very warm welcome, Teacher Ooi. I think everyone knows you here in Chi Channel. You are in Penang, Malaysia. You started your life journey as a pharmacist and then moved over to Zhineng Qi Gong, and you have authored several books, some excellent books, and all of them are available on Amazon in hard copy, Kindle format. And you also see clients and patients from around the world via Skype, via Zoom. And you're my teacher, and I've taken many trainings from you. So very warm welcome, and please get started whenever you're ready.
Okay. You have any question that you want to ask me first, or what?
Yes, well, as a deeper introduction, if you can talk about your life, how you.
If I talk about my life, then I'll be talking about my life the whole night. Okay, let's get started. We have 1 hour, so we talk about simple stuff but important stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
Things like what is Qigong. I think all of us know what is Qigong, right? But to a certain extent, we might not be very clear about what exactly is a form of what I call comprehensive Qigong. Right? We heard about people saying that, okay, this Zhineng Qi Gong is a form of medical Qigong. I do not agree with that. Actually, getting well through the practice of Zhineng Qi Gong is only what we call an incidental side effect. Or it's just part of the puzzle, right? That means in Zhineng Qigong or in those comprehensive form of Qigong, I use the term comprehensive means they have real in-depth, what you call a material, right? These form of Qigong, they want you to eventually be able to focus onto your mind. Who can focus onto anything? That's our mind. Eventually, your mind must be able to focus onto your mind. So Qigong is all about inward focusing. You focus onto your body, you focus onto your movements, you focus onto your breath. But to those major forms, eventually, you're going to focus onto your mind. All right? So inward focusing, everything, going deeper and deeper and deeper, and eventually reaching our mind. Now, there are 4 characteristics of Qigong, or what we call major forms of Qigong. Okay? There are 4 aspects or 4 pillars. First, we talk about regulatory of the physical body. Means they must have the correct posture to execute your exercises in a correct manner, or you stand or you sit in a correct manner. In Zhineng Qi Gong, Dr. Pang even talk about how you sleep in proper posture. Yeah. So regulatory of the physical body, the correct posture, that is the first thing. Then the second thing is about how you breathe, regulatory of the breath. In terms of the breath, we look into 4 aspects normally. Like you're supposed to eventually breathe deeply, but not the kind of deeply, no, not that one. Deeply yet gentle, all right? Deep, gentle, long, and even. Okay, that deep, there shouldn't be too deep. Yeah. Sorry. Sometimes some people say that, hey, in Zhineng Qi Gong, we don't talk about breathing. Oh, that is not right. That's not true. If you look into Dr. Pang's book, even in the book of Essence on Zhineng Qi Gong, I think there are about 30 forms of breathing inside. Yeah. But yes, at the initial level of practice, we do not stress so much or we do not stress directly onto breathing, right? Breathing is part of your life activity. There's no such thing as I'm panting and yet I'm telling you that I'm very calm, I'm very relaxed. No. The way you breathe, your breath reflects your activities to a certain extent. Or shall we say your breath reflects your emotions. When you are angry, you're going to prepare yourself for a fight, right? The breath is short. Now, when you are relaxed, cool, your breath is long, it's deep, it's gentle. Okay? So in Zhineng Qi Gong, yes, not so much at the initial stage, but eventually we work on breathing directly also. And that is not really that far away. If you look into straight leg sitting, if you look into those teaching after the year 2000, you will understand that breathing was introduced heavily in the year 2000. I would even use the word heavily. Yeah? Regulatory of the mind. What about the mind? The ability to stay focused, right? Well, you know, I know that in Zhineng Qi Gong, when we talk about this practicing Qigong, we are talking about perceiving the changes of Qi in an initial stage, all right? And then you perceive the changes of Qi outside, perceiving the changes inside. Everything is about perceiving inward. So you must be able to remain focused. Otherwise, how to perceive? Like we always say this, you know, those come in for the first few months, let's say they were practicing lift chi up. Oh, wow, this is painful. Well, at least during then they were focusing onto their body because the shoulders is complaining. But subsequently, no, right? Once they are able to do it very, what you call, without much of a challenge, well, you have many unwanted thoughts, right? You might be doing a push-pull, but where's the mind? You might be thinking about breakfast tomorrow. Yeah, you lose focus. Ability to stay focused is one thing that is very, very important in Zhineng Qi Gong, right? Or in all forms of major forms of Qigong. Now, the last one is cultivation of Dao De. We simply put it this way: this is about form and function. This is my handphone, right? What is the purpose of this handphone? The purpose of this handphone is to allow me to call somebody else, all right, or to text. Of course, there are many functions now, yeah? So this is a good one. The form is good, so the function is also good. If I drop it accidentally, if I broke this, doesn't function anymore. The form is bad, and the function is also bad then. Now, this is a phone. What about human being? Human being, what is the form? That is the physical body. What is the function of a human being? It's actually to promote the development of human being. How should we look at it this way? You look at filial child. Those they were raised by they grew up among the wolves, right? So baby born, taken away by the wolves or the dogs, grew up among themselves, among the wolves or the dogs. At the age of an adult, they still have the kind of feature of a normal person. I mean, you shave them, you clean them up, you put them into the modern dress. They have to look like human. But do you seriously think they are functioning like a human? No. Nope. Many of them are not able to talk, right? So the form is there, but the function is not there. Or if you look deeper into that what we call a filial child, the form is actually not there. The form is called not well developed. The brain, the interconnectivity of the brain, without the stimulation from a human society, the brain will not given a chance to develop correctly. Form is down, right? Only have the feature, right? Like this phone, I drop it, took it up, looks good, huh? No problem. Try to switch it on, fail. Something not right inside, right? So the function of human things, the function of human is to promote, is to allow human species to go on. All right? So cultivation of Dao. What do you mean by cultivation of Dao then? Well, your role, our role, everybody's role is to promote societal development. And how can you promote societal development if you always get in a quarrel with somebody else? So that brings back to the basic thing, that if you want to cultivate your Dao, it's for our own good. We have to remain calm. We have to, what we call, remain at the middle as much as we can. So these are the 4 pillars. All right? Now, we look into the next thing. How to do well? Amel told me that most of the participants here are what we call Qigong practitioners. So we are going to talk about how do we do well. The first thing is that at our place, we do not look at how many years you have been practicing. Serious. All right? We look at what can you do. Yeah, we look at the learning outcomes, or we suggest that we look at learning outcomes. We have been talking very loud. Zhineng Qi Gong is superb. Zhineng Qi Gong is very good. This, that. But we do not talk much about learning outcomes. Serious. What about, what can you do with the Qi? We do not talk so much about this, but these are essentially very important things. They were laid down by the founder, not by me. They were laid down by the founder. That let's say lift Qi up. What are the minimal requirements for lift Qi up? I think most of those who are here understand this now. Yeah, your ability to control open close, your ability to perceive, the open close, and also the last one out of the 4, the last one is your ability to perceive the condition of others, right? Or shall we say that if you practice the lift Qi up minimally well, you will develop your extrasensory perception. So these are the requirements. These are the minimal requirements that laid down by the founder, Pang Ming. How to reach there? He also mentioned about this. He also talked about this openly. How to reach, how to acquire your ESP, how to reach this minimal requirement. Number 1, you have to do it right. Yeah, you can't do a push-pull in a funny manner, right? Some people do. They practice push-pull with their hands much lower than the shoulder. Then you know that is not right. So there are a few aspects, right? So physical execution, you have to be able to do it well, correctly. That's number 1. And then number 2 is that you must be able to slow it down. Now, how slow is slow? He even mentioned it clearly. 1 minute per push-pull. Come in and go out. 1 minute. All right? Now, if you are able to do this well enough, he said, there's no reason why you do not develop your extrasensory perception. And then people will ask, why? How can you say that? How can you say that if I do it slow enough, then I must be able to develop my ESP? Well, very simple. Is that this is about external interaction or external hunyuan. What is external interaction? What is interacting with what? It is the mind interacting with qi. External hunyuan means your mind interacting with the qi outside your body or surrounding your body. Where are our nerve endings? They're at our skin, at our membranous tissue, right? What is the function of the nerve endings? To feel, right? You get a cut here, deep enough, you feel the pain outside, not inside. Because nerve endings, they don't end inside, they enter outside. Yeah? So when your ability to feel increase tremendously, so will your ability to perceive inside improve tremendously. All right? Now, that's what Dr. Pang said. Huh? So he said, there's no way that you don't develop an ESP. Okay? So how to reach there, how to practice, they're all there. If I think most of those who have joined my class, they understand it, that I'm not a big fan of lift chi up. But seriously, I had been practicing back in 1999, year 2000, 2001, I was practicing plenty of lift chi up. I can do 23 push-pull exactly half an hour. And then come to the side, another 23 push-pull exactly half an hour. A difference less than 20 seconds. And I find that this is too difficult, too tough. Too tough a way to practice. So I do not encourage my Qi is still a very important exercise. Is still external interaction is important for us to feel qi. So it's still important, but there are ways to develop the ESP also. You can try. You can spend some time trying to see how slow can you go and lift chi up. Yeah, and you can have fun with it. But most of the time, I find that this is a bit tough. Yeah, very demanding. So this is about lift chi up. Look at the learning outcomes. What should be our expectation? If we are serious, crazy about lift chi up, dwell into this, right? Slow down. Slow down to maybe about 6 here and 6 here, 1 minute each. All right, that's only 6 minutes. Okay? Now, how to do well? What about another very common form of practice? What are the minimal requirements for BMF, for body-mind form? You must have the ability to practice with your eyes closed. That means particularly when you're talking about exercise number 9, where you draw a circle with the toes and all that, you must be able to practice with your eyes closed. Many people will say that, why? It's very funny. The moment I open my eyes, I lose balance. So it is not that I'm not able to do the exercise, but it is that, well, I just need to keep my eyes open. Actually, it is an indication that your qi is not able to sink down well enough, right? If you are able to have your qi sink down well enough, you can close your eyes and do your exercise number 9 relatively easy. Yeah. How to have my qi sinking down well enough? You have to work on your lumbar. If the lumbar is relatively relaxed, then the downward flow will be. Then the next one, Dr. Tang said, you must have the ability to perceive the changes inside the body while executing. That means when you are moving, when you are separating your fingers, you must be able to know what is happening inside. Let's say here and here, right? So this is exercise number 3. I separate my fingers. When I'm having my hands flexed, what is happening? I'm stretching onto the negative channels underneath my arms, 2 arms, right? So I am activating the negative, the yin channels on my hand. And when I separate my fingers, there will be sensation going along the channel. So this is one. Ability to perceive the changes inside the body while executing. So what is going to happen when I turn my toes, draw Tai Chi circle? Yeah. So this is one. And the last one is always the one that is more difficult. Yeah. Ability to perceive inside the body. That means I'm not moving now. When I'm moving this, when I'm having dynamic movements, all right, what is happening is that I am mobilizing qi movement. So when you are mobilizing qi movements inside the body, it is the qi is flowing. It's easy to feel. All right. The next one is, well, you are not executing anything else. You are just staying still. Are you able to perceive inside? So if you look at it this way, you understand that even at this level, your ESP is there. So if you do it well enough, your ESP will also be there if you're doing what you call this body-mind form. Yeah? Now, so we talk about the food just now. Yeah, the most common exercises, this lift chair, body mind form. Okay, and these two, they were very, very popular, particularly before the year 2000. Yeah, even now, lift chair, body mind form, they are very, very popular. Okay, and theory. So we talk about the importance of progress. Practice is one aspect. The other aspect is theory. What is the core of Hun Yuan holistic theory? I think this is my personal opinion. The first thing is that you have to understand what is the core of Hun Yuan holistic theory. Well, you will probably agree that the essence of this Hun Yuan holistic theory is consciousness theory. Consciousness theory of Zhineng Qi Gong. And what is the essence of this consciousness theory? Now, in the ancient days, the people, they look at the weather, they look at the changes of the weather, or the 4 seasons, of what we call the changes, the position of the stars and moons and whatever, the nature, the changes of the nature. And then they come up to an understanding that, and then they put it there as the holism between nature and human. Nature is in front, human is behind, right? Why? Because they find that most of the time you can't do anything to fight the nature, right? Okay, come this month of the year, there'll be heavy rain. Come this season, the sun will be very, very strong. Come this few months, the wind will be, then come this winter, but you can't fight the nature. Those are in the ancient days, right? So they say that the nature is in front, man is behind. Nature, man, holism. And then come Dr. Pang. Dr. Pang said, no, 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 it's not that much anymore, right? This human, we have learned a little bit more now, right? In the ancient days, whenever it's yin means darkness. Now, no problem. It's 10 p.m. here, it's still bright. Why? Because I switched on the lamp. So the mind, slowly, the mind is able to make changes to the nature in a very constructive manner for the benefits of the human. So the man has now been moved to the front. So human nature holism, man nature holism. All right. Now, academically or theoretically, that means human mind can make plenty of changes to the nature, can make plenty changes to your body. Why? The body is part of the nature. Okay, so this is one very important thing, that you must be able to tame your mind, build up your willpower, then man, nature, holism will be there. Then we'll be in command. Yeah? So when you talk about that, then we have to look into how well can we manage our emotions, this learning outcome. How well can we manage our emotions? How well? When was the last time that I got angry? 2 hours ago, 2 years ago, 2 weeks ago? When was the last time that I felt completely peaceful? Whole day, few hours ago? Only the moment when I close my eyes and practice Qigong? This is important. Too many people overlook the importance of how you manage your emotions. This is extremely important. Many times, many people, they only remain calm during the practice. Immediately after the practice, they went back to the society or to the normal forms. Nope, that should not be the way. Yeah, this what we call management of emotion should be something like 24/7. Should be every single moment. We say when you talk about these comprehensive forms, major forms of Qigong is all about focusing inward. Focusing inward onto what? Focusing inward onto our body and also our mind. The mind has to watch the body and the mind has to watch the mind. Yeah? And how well have we managed our interest? What do you mean by interest then? Now, there are many types of, or shall we say that each and every one of us have a different interest. When we say management of interest, means you do things that do not affect your vitality negatively. I think you know what I'm talking about, right? Excessive alcohol is not good. Some people say that, oh, these people, they have very poor willpower. You know, this drunkard has very poor willpower. He can't stop drinking. But, well, I would not say that way. I would say that they have very strong willpower, but the willpower is attached onto alcohol. Yeah, they'll try as much as they can, middle of the night or whatever, to get the liquid. Yeah. So this is one thing very important. How well have we managed our interest? Do you still want to stay late every day? Do you still enjoy what you call eating excessively, drinking excessively? Yeah, that's about interest. This is something what we call very, very fundamental, but very, very important. And if you can go beyond that, what about your interest? in a practice. Many times, many people say that, hey, why? Some people, they are very healthy. They come in there, come into the class, and you think, you have the idea that, wow, this kind of person are so flexible, so strong. If they practice, they are going to be very, very good in a short period of time. But many times, you don't see them progressing much. Why? They simply don't have the passion. If you really want to do good in Qigong, try to fall in love with it. Yeah, I always say this. Every morning I get up, I practice. And that's a moment that I feel very happy. I enjoy doing it. Serious. If you can enjoy what you do, you'll find that your progress will change. Look at those athletes. Look at those who are practicing what you call soccer, playing soccer, whatever. Hard work alone is not enough. You have to fall in love with it. You have to love what you do. Then you can excel. Yeah. But of course, if you are talking about just playing, just doing it because I want to stay healthy, that is otherwise. That is another level. Yeah. Okay. Now, a few friends asked me this: why do I teach online? Very simple. It's convenient. It's convenient to me. It's convenient to many people. What is the most common problem? Well, many people complain and say that, if I don't see the teacher, I find it a little bit difficult. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. Is that really a problem? Nah, not true. What is the most common problem? Initially, I thought that, if they are here, they become more disciplined. You get me? They become more disciplined because, in a class of 10 or 20, I mean, everybody is practicing. How can you just walk away like that? You're shy to do that. So the discipline will be there. But slowly we found out that's not true. They remain, they remain very, disciplined in the class. But what about after the class? Those who are in Europe, they know, and those who attended my class in Penang, so they know that our classes super short. I mean, relatively short, 4 hours a day. So sometimes they are complaining, hey, why not the whole day? I thought that the China Center, they start to practice 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. They have a breakfast break. They start to practice again 9:30 to 11:30, and then they got a break. They start to practice from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. They got a dinner break, and they practice from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. How many hours? 8 hours, 9 hours. Hey, you not very truthful. Only 4 hours. But the trouble is that you look at it this way. How many of you are practicing 4 hours a day? How many of you are practicing 2 hours a day every day? Not many. Not many. You see, I don't believe in the, what you call, put you through hard labor for a few days. All right? And then with the hope that you are going to practice the same way after that. Nah. 99.9% of the participants who have been to my class, they admitted that there's no way they can do it that way, right? And sometimes they feel bad when they can't do it that way. So we come back to one very important question. Be honest to ourselves. How much time do we have to practice in a day, right? If you want to progress well, it has to be something that you fall in love with it. Minimally, you don't have the kind of a crazy passion. Also, you must be able to bring up the discipline to spend half an hour on it every day. I always told them, loosening up the lumbar L1, 2, 3, so difficult? Nah, nonsense. You spend 1 hour a day. If you're below the age of 60, that means you're still relatively young and healthy. You should be able to get it done within 6 months. But of course, you'll not be practicing lift chi up every day for 1 hour. Yeah. So what is the most common problem? Actually, I don't see any problem. I don't see any problem for us to teach online, because on site also the same thing. They come in here, they push themselves very hard, right? And then they go back, relax. The next day, everything starts the same again. I go to the office, I come back, I try to squeeze out some time to practice. And sometimes I get impatient because I can't find the time to practice. Or sometimes I get impatient because I practice, I don't have the time, sufficient time to take care of my children or to do what other things that normally necessary. So if you were to ask me what are the common problems, I would say there's the same problem. Online, offline, on-site, same thing. Is it effective? Well, then that's very difficult for me to answer, right? If you were to look at those, you have to ask those who have attended our course, right? But I say that this is a fashion now, isn't it? I think almost, we started in 2012, right? I think many teachers are also doing this. Is it effective? If you have the discipline, yes, it is effective. If you do not have the discipline, then I'm afraid that whether it's on site or online, it will not be. It's not possible to get effective. This Qigong stuff, you got to do it. You have to do it one. You have to practice every day. You know, many times they ask me that, wow, I was giving a talk to a group of teachers, and then they said that, well, the way that you diagnose, you scan this patient, I think it must be a born natural. I say, thanks for the compliment. Yeah, but those who had attended my class, many of them, they were much more sensitive than me. And those who have attended the class together with me in the year of 1999 on extraordinary capability, they know that I was the last one in the class. But Dr. Pang did not lie when he said that he put down the 4 minimal requirements. If you do it minimally well, there's no reason why you can't, what you call, develop your ESP, right? I put in a lot of effort those days, yeah, on lift chi up. Okay, any question?
Yes, great. Thank you so much. Wonderful teaching. If you can stop the share screen, I can put a gallery view and.
Oh, I
It's that top red. Yeah.
How to stop share screen?
Please see it. If you take your cursor up, it will show stop share. Yeah. Just go up.
Okay.
Oh, excellent. Oh, large number of people, 52 people. Excellent. So friends, if you have any questions, you can open your mic, ask, you can put it in chat. If I may ask, Teacher Ooi.
Okay, I got one question here. Have you practiced any other forms of Qigong? No. Why? Too busy with Zhineng Qi Gong. Do you realize that there are more than 400 exercises in Zhineng Qi Gong? I always say that in Zhineng Qi Gong itself, you can get lost, serious, and then you can be a jack of all trades. Anything else?
Yes. What kind of background do you need to take your online class? Can you just be a beginner, or do you have to have some kind of experience in Zhineng Qi Gong with other teachers?
I would look at it this way, like when we started just now, yeah?
Yeah.
I said, don't look at how many years you practice.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, this class, we put in a Qigong training class. Why? Because there are beginners to join. Yeah. There are many.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just I live in Mexico and I don't have any teachers around me, so I want to do it online. And I've heard good things about your teaching online, so I want to join in March when you have that class in March. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I have some of your CDs, all your DVDs. Thank you.
Wait, there are so many questions here. Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. We have one question. Why don't you like lift chi up? And that also gets into your emphasis on post 2000 practices, your emphasis in opening up sacroiliac joints, straight leg sitting. So what you teach, Teacher Ooi, in your classes, I've taken your M2, it's very different than what the rest of your.
Why you can't say that I can't say that I don't like lift chi up, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Many years ago, I was practicing lift chi up. I can tell you this, I went until the extent that I don't feel my body, I don't feel my head. You know, I thought, hey, I'm a genius. So I must have reached some, well, very, very good level. Then I found that, hey, no, why? When you get honest, you find that, hey, you know, I had a bad kidney before. That kidney still hurts. Reminding you that, sorry, you're not a genius. See? And then slowly you start to observe. No, you cannot do this, you cannot do this. You get high very fast, but you get tired also. This you see, you practice lift chi up, you feel very good, but it doesn't stay. 3 days you don't practice, phew. 2 days, phew. Right? And then I started to look into the practice, started to, well, really understand it. Then you realize that no. Lift chi up is like making exchanges with the outside world. So it's just like doing business. If you have a capital, you have plenty of capital. Let's say you are like, you have 2 million. The turnover is huge. You only have 2,000. How? Then you can't have good business. You can't have huge turnover. But where do you get your capital? Your capital is your internal chi. Essentially, that is also why that Dr. Pang introduced SLS, straight leg sitting, back in year 2000. He said that relying on the mind itself is not good enough. I'm extremely happy when Dr. Pang published his book. It's the last book, yeah, the latest book in 2017 on acupuncture. Different people will have different opinion, but the way I look at it is that, well, Dr. Pang is trying to tell us that pay more attention onto the natural aspect of you. In lift chi up, you use a lot of your mind, right? Well, you pour chi, you press here, you do this, you do whatever. You make use of your mind. You rely on your mind to bring in chi. But in 3 centers master, no. In SLS, no. The mind is only half, or maybe 25%. 75% depends on the physical body. I find that this is much more important than relying on the mind, right? To put it in a clearer manner, sometimes we say that, hey, you're sitting down there meditating the whole day, not effective. Come, join me do this, much more effective. You know? But one day you're going to realize that, hey, you do this the whole day, not effective. Come on here and stand like me for the whole day. Internal chi. It's going to bring you forward, right? And that one is very much related to the natural aspect of the body. Okay? I have been practicing Zhineng Qi Gong for several years off and on, but mostly on. I am wondering if I do not have passion anymore, so don't feel that I have progressed very much. How can I develop more passion for it? There are certain things, how to develop passion. If it's something that you keep doing it and you either you get stalemate, right, or you get bored with it, then how to build a passion? See? So you must find something else that can inspire you to move on. You must be able to pick it up. If you are careful, if you are serious in your practice, if you look into this, what we call a learning outcome, you understand what I'm trying to say, right? And now I'm a little bit lazy. I don't keep what we call a diary. Back in 1999 to 2003 or 4, I kept a diary, right? I don't write every day, but whenever you have a breakthrough, I'll write it down. If you seriously want to progress, don't do your lift up. Let's say you are practicing lift. Every day you are doing that same thing. Do you think you're going to progress well enough? I don't think so. Try it. You don't have to believe me completely. Try it for 2 weeks. You slow it down. But of course, you must learn how to do it correctly first. Slow it down to 1 minute per cycle. And you see how you progress. Yeah. Now, within 2 weeks, you feel, wow. Then your passion will be there. If after years, I felt the same thing I remember last year, and I felt the same thing 6 months ago, and I experienced the same thing last month, you're not going to enjoy it.
We have a question from Martin, if I can repeat it to you. You are also a pharmacist. According to you, how does medicine interact with Zhineng Qi Gong, for example, with blood pressure medicine?
We always say it this way: respect your body. The medicine, they're there to help you. People have data to support. When they say your blood pressure reach here, it's dangerous if you don't bring it down, right? They are not just saying it like what I'm talking now. They have data, right? They have checked the population distribution and all this. So if the blood pressure is this much and you have been practicing, but your blood pressure is not coming down, take medicine. Sometimes some practitioners tell me that I feel so good. Can I stop my medicine? I said, very simple. Check your glucose level. Oh, glucose is still high. Sorry. Continue with the practice. Find out what's wrong with the practice. If it is not moving down, if there's nothing wrong, doesn't matter. Be happy. Stay with the practice. But don't stop the medicine first. Right? Some people said that things that is difficult to measure. You know, they will even tell you things like, I feel that this is my condition is much better this and that. When do you think I can? And I said, when you tell me that you can skip 1 meal, say you take 3 meals a day, you can kick away your lunch, and yet you function as normal, then probably that's the time that you can stop the medicine. Probably only. Yeah?
Yes. I have a question. I posted about information therapy that is very unique to you and it generated a lot of interest. Can you please talk a little bit about the information therapy, how it started? And
information therapy, actually, we started many years ago. We started to treat autistic children many years ago. I think more than 10 years ago, I started treating them. But then there's a big problem. They have to bring the child to see me every day. And I'm talking about every day, means including Sunday, because I practice at a school hall every Sunday. They'll bring the child there. Then you found that, wow, this is really taxing to me and to the parents. Only 2 out of maybe about 10 kids, only 2 have clear-cut improvement. Why? Because these 2, they actually sent their child to me every day, rain or shine. But after that, I told them, sorry, we do not handle autistic children because it's too taxing. Then came the year 2008. We tried to have fun with, we played back our recorded intention to onion and then see whether it would germinate. Well, oh, success. And then we were happy. We tried to explore this into, to do a research into this, but well, somehow we do not have the marketing skill and we failed. And then we saw the report by Prof. William Tiller. He used a intention host device. He named it intention host device and oscillator to record. Now, I do not know what exactly, right? But we saw it. We say, yeah. And he did an experiment on autistic children. So I said, we are going to do something else. We know the ways to do it better. Why? Because Prof. William Tiller, he doesn't practice Qigong. We practice. He has to hire meditators to give out the intention, record it, and play back. So the results is slow. The intensity is perhaps not as strong or whatever reasons, right? And we started our own. And it has been, we have been very successful. Honestly, we have been very successful on autistic children, ADHD. The younger the children, the better the results. We have until now made, we have more than 140 cases, right? A portion of adults maybe about 20%, right? We work on adults like Alzheimer's, Parkinsonism. We work on all those neurological cases, and also non-neurological cases. Whiplash, my friend Irma work on what we call this patient with whiplash. It works well, yeah. So we have been working it that way for some time now. It seems to work very well. Yeah. Autistic children, very good. Okay.
Yes, and if I can share something personal with the audience member, my own daughter, she's enrolled in your eye therapy.
Give me a minute, I gotta get my battery pack.
Yeah, sure. I mean, my daughter, she's a very smart student, highly intelligent. She's 11 years old. But sadly, her intelligence is equally matched with some emotional issues. She also had digestive issues. We took her to all the pediatricians, and then she also had eczema on her hands, her arms, and please to say all of those things are 80% better. It's just a great MP3 file that keeps on playing time and time again. So it's very beneficial, and there is a cutoff period, I think like 12, 13 years of age. Teacher Ooi, thank you so much for answering the questions. I know your time is limited. Shall we start with the practice portion?
Okay, give me a minute, yeah? Okay, sit down relaxingly. Look straight to the front relaxingly. Look out from the middle of the brain relaxingly. Pull in your vision and close your eyes gently. From the middle of the brain, think far away, far, far away. Let your mind go through the roof into the blue sky. Let your mind go through your feet all the way down to the other side of the universe. Let your mind opens up wide. The whole body is a ball of qi now. Take a deep breath. It is qi inside the body, qi outside the body. Bring our hands to the front of the body and do some la qi or open close. Focus on your head. Inside your head, the head is in open close. The neck, the thorax, the abdomen, the lower limbs, the whole body is in open close. Raise your eyebrows a little bit. Feel the glow inside your head. The head is getting brighter and easier. Focus down to your body, to the abdomen, to the lower limbs. The whole body is glowing with qi. Put on a hearty smile. Send your smile to all the cells of the body. Send your smile to everyone. Everyone is smiling back. The body is easier and brighter. Put your hands on the navel and relax. Take deep breath. The whole body is in open close. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Great. Thank you so much, Teacher Ooi. Thank you for making time. I know it's very late for you, but we're all very grateful you make time.
Bye.
Thanks very much. Take care. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.